How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. Don't buy it. You don't really need an iPhone 12. Before I begin, this video is brought to you by Webull. Webull is a free trading app and you can get 2 free shares of stock just for signing up and depositing $100. These shares are valued between $800 and $1,600, so this is just free money. Check out my referral link down in the video description below. Now before I get too deep into this video, don't forget to give me a like. It's gonna help me out a lot. It's free to you. And it's probably gonna bring me another 10 views just for one single additional like on this video. This is the Don't Buy It t-shirt, and I have not made this type of video for a really long time. By now, everybody probably saw the iPhone 12 is coming out, iPhone 12 Pro, iPhone 12 Pro Max. This video, I hope after you watch this, you're probably gonna be very much less tempted to buy this phone. Number one reason, we're living in this COVID era. No one is going out anymore. You can't really bring this phone out to show off, let alone actually needing a mobile device because you're home most of the time. You can use your computer instead. If you're really gonna buy a phone, maybe wait until all this is over. We have a vaccine, people are walking outside again, that you actually need mobile service, then maybe consider it. At least right now, you can just postpone getting a brand new phone for now and save yourself $1,000. The second thing to help you not buy this phone is, remember iPhone 11 Pro or Pro Max last year? That thing cost about $1,000. You know how much it's worth now? About $750. That's right, you lost about $250 just in this time span of 1 year. That's a lot of depreciation. If you go on eBay and look at all the sold and completed items, this is a trick I use to see how much things are worth, because this is actual sold goods that people are willing to pay for. Kind of like how you look at comparable sold homes in real estate to see how much your current home is valued. You're gonna see that iPhone 11 Pros goes between $600 and $900 right now on eBay. The main feature of the iPhone is, of course, the 5G speed. It promises to be really, really fast. But when was the last time you need your phone to download a little bit faster than what it was already doing at LTE speeds? It's in very, very rare cases. Maybe if you just decided to download some really, really big app, maybe a game, maybe you're downloading an update or something. In those cases, you probably just sit your phone aside, let it download anyway, rather than you watch the phone to download. So most of the time, you're not gonna need the increased speeds, and it is not demonstrated to me that ultra low latency of the 5G network, it's gonna give you any real benefits. One of the advantages of getting a brand new phone right when it's released is probably bragging rights. You're gonna be able to show your friends, but right now, who are you gonna show it to? Like your stuffed animals or whatnot? The truth is, iPhones has become somewhat of a commodity, and everybody and their mothers have iPhones, including my mom. My mom has an iPhone as well. So if you whip out this brand new iPhone, chances are no one is even gonna notice. Everyone has something like this. And these brand new phones, the form factor is nearly identical. So if you pull this out, people are gonna have to look really close before they realize that this is an iPhone 12. Oh my gosh, it has stainless steel borders or whatnot. Everyone has one anyway. So you're not gonna be all that special. Might as well spend this money on something else that could make you stand out if this is what you're trying to go for. Now the question is, why is everybody able to afford such a thing? Because everyone's getting these things on finance terms. Do you have $1,000 sitting in your checking account or savings account to be able to buy this phone outright? They are doing the $15 to $30 a month payment over a period of 24 months. This is essentially putting you into debt. You are actually spending future money here. You don't have the money today to pay it off. It means you are borrowing it and you're on the hook to pay them exactly the cost of the phone, except spread across a period of 2 years instead. This is a kind of debt. The question here is, will this phone materially improve your life in some way or not? Of course, when they run the ads, they make it seem like once you get the phone, your life is gonna be super awesome. Everything is just gonna fall into place with the vibrant colors of the phone. Your life, it's gonna seemingly be just as vibrant after you buy this thing and give them $1,000. If you really think about this, what is new about this phone? There is LiDAR, there is a slightly better camera, maybe a higher density screen, there's this 5G thing. The problem with all these bells and whistles is, yes, they are very nice and you can probably have a new toy to play with for a short period of time. But if you really look at the general use case, what do you really do on your phone? you check your email, maybe you're communicating with your friends, maybe you are taking pictures. These bells and whistles are nice, but you're only gonna use it a very small fraction of the time that you're actually gonna be using this phone. In fact, it has a really nice camera, right? But what I've noticed with all the pictures I've taken over the past decade or so, have you ever noticed that most of the pictures that are most important are the ones where you have yourself and your friends in it, the ones with people in it? All the other pictures of food, of a certain place without anybody in it, all those pictures get much lower priority. It's like, I don't really care about those. I only zoom in on the ones with people in it. With that thought, do you really need a really, really good front-facing camera? You actually only need the selfie camera. That is the camera that does matter. If you like to record events with your phone, yeah, maybe then you need that phone. But for most people, you're probably only gonna need the selfie camera most of the time. Think about this. You essentially have a very, very fragile piece of glass that you're carrying around with you every single day, and it comes into danger of breaking because you take it in and out of your pocket probably 10 or more times every day, and every single time you do this, there's a chance that it's gonna fall down, break the glass. It's a couple $100 to replace the screen. You will break it, and I've broken my glass on my iPhone before. You could even drop it into the bathroom, into the lake, or other kinds of crazy damages, maybe run it over with a car. Carrying a $1,000 item is a liability in itself. You could easily get robbed, and this is the first thing a thief would probably take from your hands. You essentially become a target if you hold this and wave it around. For those that can't pay $1,000 outright and buy this phone in full on the first day, you're essentially borrowing that $1,000. Imagine if you had this $1,000 and you invested instead, compounding at 8% over 30 years, this becomes $11,000. If you're the type that likes to upgrade every single year, $1,000 every single year over here, if you do this for 30 years, you know how much this is going to end up being if it compounds at 8%? At the end of 30 years, the total amount that you would have gained if you did not buy this phone would have been about $125,000. That's right, $1/8 million. Some people might complain that their phone is too slow because Apple happens to be slowing down their phones on purpose. Well, they slowed down my iPhone 6 enough. I just thought, well, let me just get an iPhone SE. This is a really cheap phone actually, considering that it has an A13 chip. It is as fast as the current generation phone. So I personally skipped 5 generations. I went from an iPhone 6 all the way to iPhone SE, which is roughly equivalent to the 11th generation. This iPhone SE only costs $400 instead of $1,000, so this is an acceptable amount for me to spend. The iPhone 12 actually has an A14 chip. If you get the iPhone SE, it's probably gonna last between 3 and 4 years before it becomes too slow, because all the apps just tends to take advantage of the last few generations of phone speeds, and they just build in more and more features, more graphics, so they just kind of forget about phones that are really, really old. Now, a lot of people actually have credit card loans, personal loans running at maybe 15% APR, and yet they still go out and buy this brand new iPhone 12 Pro, Pro Max or whatever, spend $1,000 on it, but they still have credit card debt. So instead of paying your credit card debt that's at 15%, you go and buy this phone with that $1,000. Essentially 1 year later, this phone really costs you $1,150, and this process just keeps on compounding because you are still paying all this interest on your credit card. So if you have any kind of debt that's over, I'd say 8%, you really should just don't buy this phone and just pay off those instead. You're just paying yourself interest at this point. Oh, did I mention that this iPhone 12 does not have a charger? If you buy this, it has wireless charging. Guess what? You're probably gonna want a wireless charger, and this costs $39. You're also gonna have to buy a power adapter, another $19. So more money that you have to spend here. Lastly, some people report saying they spend a lot of time on their phone. So upgrading it, it's a reasonable expense because they spend so much time on it. It's kind of like saying you're amortizing the cost per hour. If you spend 1,000 hours on the phone, wow, it only costs you $1 per hour to use this phone. Well, guess what? What are you actually doing on this phone? Probably social media. This is a very passive kind of time that you're spending on the phone. Spending less time on your phone is probably going to be healthier for you. You're going to be a happy person. And in the end, you're probably not going to need as fancy as a phone as a result. Thanks for watching this video. I hope this one helps you not get that phone. Well, iPhone 12 is a bit tempting, honestly, but I'm pretty happy with my current phone, so it might take me a lot of convincing before I would lay down $1,000. Remember, don't buy it. You don't actually need this phone. You're not really gonna make good use of it. Don't forget to give me a like, comment down below. Let me know if this video helps you not get the iPhone 12. And as always, don't forget to push that subscribe button and ring that bell icon. Thanks for watching. Oh, I forgot. In my minimization, I've even decided to not keep some of my stuffed animals. I am gonna keep T-Rex, but I think I'm going to pawn off or sell off these pieces. Well, you can actually get this for like $24.99 or something on Amazon. I'll leave it linked down below, but I will auction this actual peas in a pod over here on my eBay account. So check it out down below. I'll leave a link to my eBay account for this. Maybe you guys want my peas in a pod, you know, the one that appears on all these videos. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.